Mike, a big character win, especially down 2-0 early.
I thought it was a real gutsy effort by the guys. I think when you go through some of the early adversity that we've gone through here, I said to him after the game that game could have gone south fast. We go down too early like that, given the circumstances that we've gone through the last week or so. I just give the players a lot of credit. I think you'll learn about your group when you go through experiences like this. And what we learned is that we've got a high character group in there. That there's a certain resilience to them that I think is admirable and necessary to win in this league. So couldn't be more proud of them. Well, my assessment's probably the same as yours. We would have liked to have had a better start. It was something we talked about before the game. My experience of coming here as a visitor, there's a lot of energy in this building, and Montreal tends to have strong starts, and they feed off the energy. We were trying to embrace that on our side. That one fell on deaf ears, I guess, but it didn't give Montreal credit. They come out with a lot of energy, and they're a quick team. Their team is built around speed, and they come at us pretty good. But I thought the response, after we got down the first couple of goals was tremendous by our guys.
How big was the penalty kill, then the power play goal in terms of changing the momentum?
Well, it's huge. It's such a game of momentum, and when you get key plays at key times, it can change outcomes. I was happy for the power play. I think they've generated a lot of quality looks over the last few games, and they couldn't seem to find the back of the net. So, they generated a bunch of them again tonight. They scored on 2 of them. But I think I was happy for them because it gives them reassurance that, their game plan is working, and that these guys have the ability to finish. So I was real happy for them, and the kill did a good job. Those guys they're gritty. They're a gritty group. They're willing to block shots and do the things that we need to do to try to keep the puck out of our net. Montreal has a lot of skill on their power play. They're not easy to defend. We got some timely saves from Quickie. That always helps. But as I said, I couldn't be more proud of the group.
How important was it to get a goal from Mika with all the frustration he's had, all the shots that got stoned?
Yeah, I was happy for Mika. I thought he played terrific tonight. I think he's had a really strong start to the season. And it may not look like it would, just from a sheer number standpoint, because obviously we rely on him so much to produce offensively. But he's just playing the game the right way. He has the right intentions when he's out there. He's physical. He's competing on pucks. I was happy for him tonight. I mean, that one-timer on the flank is a goal scorer's goal. The play he made on Brett's goal, just carrying it through the neutral zone, is a high-end play. And he's defending. He's defending hard. He was on the ice in the 5-on-6 at the end. He just has such great awareness. He's a cerebral player. He sees it on both sides of the puck. So I was happy for him tonight.
What does that Sam Carrick do for everybody on the bench?
I think it gives the guys a boost. Sam's a brave guy. He's a brave guy. He competes hard. He's a competitor. I think it gave the guys a huge boost. That was a gutsy effort by Sam.
Mike, when you guys go down 2-0 and the goals haven't been coming recently, I'm sure there's probably temptation to start trying to chase it, maybe open things up, lose some of that commitment to defense. Is that a message that you're delivering in the moment, or is that like a sign of maturity from the team that they did kind of tighten up defensively from there and not start making risky plays and that sort of thing?
No, it's a little bit of both. I think there was a lot of hockey left, and that's what we were talking to them about. And we just had to start playing. I just thought we were, I thought Montreal in the first, 5-6 minutes of the game, they were just one step quicker than we were. We didn't think quick, we didn't act quick, and I think that's what we talked about on the bench, and we were just talking about, let's get the next goal. If we get the next goal, there's a lot of hockey left, so we just got to hang in there and just keep digging in. And I thought the guys did a great job.
Robertson this morning, he kind of has the tough pinch on the first Montreal goal, but then you see him respond later and he gets the big goal to go ahead. Just what did that mean to you to see him have that moment for his first NHL goal on a stage like this?
Yeah, it's huge. You know, he's a great kid. He competes hard. You know, that's not an easy puck that he was handling, that was coming around the wall. You know, we've got to do a better job supporting that, so we don't give up a 2-on-1 in that circumstance, and that's something that we'll work at as a group. And so, you know, but as a young player, sometimes that can affect a guy, right? And what I loved about it is just his response, you know. So when I say we learn a lot of things about our group, that's one of the things that I'm talking about, right? Is his ability to shake it off and just play. And I thought, you know, just watching him play the rest of the game, he was competing hard. It didn't affect his confidence or his swagger, so to speak. You know, he's a physical guy. He's a mobile guy. He defends well. But the fact that he reacted the way he reacted is, I think, just speaks to his maturity.